guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Nicole and I'm with Cozy Crawly Corner. This week my vlog is going to be a little bit different. I am going to be making an anxiety coping kit. I saw a couple of influencers do this and I thought it'd be a really good opportunity to add in my cope cloud that I have made as a pattern. So I thought that I would do my own little anxiety coping kit, and I'm also going to give it away. So come with me this week as we make that together. Okay, I'm here at Hobby Lobby and I'm going to try to pick a bag for my anxiety kit. It does have to fit my cope crochet make inside, so I'm thinking it can't be something like this small unless I made them with worsted weight. But I almost thought this, but I didn't like the vibe as much. And then I like this because of the handle, but I don't like the size. So I think I'm actually gonna go with this one, and it's only $5.99, and I'm going to maybe crochet a strap onto this part right here. So I'm super excited. Okay, so I thought that I would look here to see if there were any cute appliques that I could add to my bag, but there's just nothing that I'm really leaning towards right now. I was thinking about maybe the cherries, maybe the flowers, you know, something calming for my anxiety kit, but I'm not too sure. I think I will just use my Cricut and put some vinyl on top instead. Of course, my cart has yarn. Are we surprised? No. I needed more yarn for the blanket that I'm making right now, my Not Today anxiety blanket. So I had to get some more, and then that beautiful orange color, I'm making a tank top, and I want that to be an accent color. So. Okay, hi, I'm in my car after that Hobby Lobby run, and it says I'm fine on these sticky notes here, so I had to get them for my kit because the irony is just so funny to me. Instead of getting little like affirmation cards, I thought, okay, I'll get these sticky notes and then people can just put affirmations, Bible verses, whatever they want to write to make them feel more grounded in that moment. Okay, so I just finished doing the Cricut part of my anxiety coping kit for the front of it. I should have done like heat pressed vinyl because it is technically on material, but I just couldn't find a cute color. I only have black for heat pressed vinyl. I used it a lot for like t-shirts when I was a bridesmaid and when I was a bride. I made a lot of things with black, and so I don't really have a cute color for heat pressed vinyl, and it's a little bit more expensive. So I decided to just do regular vinyl. So this is what it looks like. But hopefully the person that receives this isn't too upset if one of the letters falls off. I am gifting this, if I haven't said that already, to one of my Instagram followers. So I hope that the person that receives it uses it well. I would recommend putting it in your backpack, your purse, your car, just something that you're always using. Think of a time that you might feel more anxious. Maybe it's daycare drop-off, or maybe it's the pickup line, or maybe it's traffic. I live in Southern California, so traffic here is definitely something that brings me anxiety, especially when I have my daughter in the car. So just think of a moment when you are particularly anxious and maybe think where you can keep your anxiety coping kit. As you probably saw, it can be a little complicated and frustrating to work with your Cricut, but it's also really fun. The main reason it's really frustrating for me to work with my Cricut is because my computer is so old, and that's the only computer that I have downloaded the Cricut into, like the Cricut app. I initially had made something in Canva that said anxiety coping kit, had a little heart, and it was really cute. I used to just download whatever I made on Canva and upload it into Cricut Maker and then take the background out, but it just wasn't letting me do that. I don't know, maybe I need to pay for a new subscription or something. So yeah, so that's why it was a little complicated to use my Cricut, but it worked out, and that's another reason I probably won't be taking out the heat press again. But that's okay. We're gonna go over, okay, I'm gonna start to pack the coping kit bag. And even though I don't have everything for you, I'm still waiting on a few things to come in. I'm still waiting on a few things that I ordered on Amazon because I couldn't find them in store. So I thought, okay, I'll just order on Amazon, it'll be quick, it'll be fine. As you can see here, this is just a little fidget. I could put it here if I wanted, but I'm just not going to. Okay. Fidget is always good when your mind is racing. Okay. So I did get a bunch of sour candy. The reason I put sour candy in this anxiety coping kit is because the sensory interruption of the sour taste in your tongue is going to help disassociate from those really scary thoughts, like intrusive thoughts, or your mind's racing, or just like these really terrible thoughts that you just wish would stop and you can't get them to stop. So sour candy is supposed to distract your brain from having really scary thoughts. And it's kind of a little treat to have too. I know when I'm having a bad day, I like to have a treat or a nice coffee or whatever it may look like. So even just having that when you're having a really bad day can just be something tasty. I did include something that's more like a chewy sour candy. Maybe you need to process what you're thinking about. Maybe it's something that you can just sit there and also think about as you're enjoying your sour candy. And then the journal I ended up finding is called Out of Your Mind, and it says a journal and coloring book to distract your anxious mind. It's so cute. I was going through a lot of the little books that they had there at Five Below, but this one seems the cutest and more helpful than the other ones. There were some that were just blank journals, which is totally fine, but I got sticky notes for that reason. And then there were other ones that were more like self-informative, and so that's not really what I was looking for. Anyway, so I'll show you a few pictures. Oh. Isn't it so cute? Doing something repetitive like coloring, sketching, doodling, crocheting, or knitting is going to help ground you because it will help reduce your heart rate. So that is the reason that I'm adding this notebook in here, because it's supposed to be a mindfulness technique that will help you when you're super anxious. Okay, now we're going to unbox this little I'm Fine notebook. It's so funny. It's really just a regular little sticky book, but I hope that the person that uses this anxiety coping kit writes down affirmations or anything that will help them in that moment. You can also color code your feelings if that's something you wanted to do. For example, if pink is intrusive thoughts, let's write down some truths for myself so that I can go back and look at those rather than having the intrusive thoughts that I'm having. Orange can be when you're having a bad day, so maybe reminders of what you're grateful for or something like that. So that is why I love this little notebook. Still waiting on 2 more things from Amazon. I got essential oils and a little heat press thing, which I'll explain later once I receive that. So I'll see you guys back when I have everything else that I need for this bag. One more thing I'm going to add is this pack of gum. Any type of gum, preferably mint though, helps with anxiety, especially like if you're on a plane. That also helps with your ears, but that's beside the point. Chewing something kind of helps you stay grounded and also distracts your mind, just like sour candy. So I'm also adding this in here. I do have another brand new pack, so that'll be good too. And then, of course, I'm going to add my mini cope. Oh, so cute. I love him. Here is my OG cope. So they actually both fit, but I think I'm going to put the mini one in there just because it makes more sense. If you're unfamiliar with my cope pattern, it comes with an anxiety coping technique printout page. So what I'll do is I will put a little printout inside the pocket on the back of the cloud. That way whoever has it can use it. And it does come, well, the pattern comes with a child version and an adult version. I just printed 2 different sizes, but yeah, so I'm really excited about that. Now see, technically cope fits, but I just feel like it's just taking up too much room. So I'm just doing mini cope, or as I said, cope on the go. Oh, I forgot to put in his little, almost done. So in case you haven't heard of my cope pattern, here's a little printout. It says, "Hi there, I'm Cope, your anxiety coping buddy. Let's practice being present together." And it starts with 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. So what I did was use the 5 senses in the way I just talked about, but then with each little thing that I added to cope. So for example, the 3 raindrops are something that you can hear. So that just reminds you of the 3 raindrops and how to use that in the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. So that's my cope pattern, just in case you did not know. Okay, I finally received the essential oils that I ordered to pick from for this coping kit. Why won't it? Oh, there we go. Stress relief, sweet dream, breathe. What does this one say? Relax, and temptation. So for this kit in particular, I think I'm going to put in breathe and stress relief. Okay, I finally received the last item that I was waiting for that I ordered on Amazon. These are little hot packs. Usually they're used like when you go camping or hiking or probably in cold states. But all you do is click them, and there's a little click inside that makes them stay warm. But anyways, they stay warm for about 15 to 20 minutes. And if you just hold this in your hand, your body will be distracted from whatever you're thinking about. This can work with ice or something hot, so whatever you have handy. I figured, how was I going to put ice inside my anxiety coping kit? So I found this and thought it'd be really neat to have. Also, like, they're so cute. Comes with like fun little shapes that you can choose from. So my very last item, I will put 2 in here for this kit. Woo! I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for following along as I made this little coping kit. I hope you guys liked this video and maybe you learned something new about anxiety and how to cope with it. If you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.